Good morning, everyone. I'm Roshan Bhondekar joining from Spain. You're watching 360-degree live show hosted by Transcontinental Times. The purpose of this show to bring people from different countries who are doing something substantial on the ground for humanity, for people, and for development of their country and culture across the world. Right. So today we have a special guest joining us from Serbia. Serbia is also known for multicultural country, and the world #1 tennis player belongs to that country. That's called Novak Djokovic, right? So the today guest is not only a author, she is specialized into corporate governance, legal advisor for multiple industries, and also playing her important role for United Nations initiatives across world. So she is being a climate change teacher accredited by United Nations, running her initiatives, helping other organizations to set up their corporate governance and legal system for implementing the best practical and implementation of work on the ground. So join with me to welcome Bojana from Serbia on Transcontinental Times on this platform. Bojana, welcome on Transcontinental Times.
Hello, Roshan. Thank you for inviting me, and warm greetings from Belgrade, capital of Republic of Serbia. Thank you very much for great introduction and for
Glad to
this
have
morning
you.
speech.
Yeah, glad to have you, Bojana, on Transcontinental Times. It is indeed pleasure to have expert like you on our channel to talk about real issues and on a ground and practical, the situation on the ground, right? So let's begin with your journey. As I know, right? So I have gone through some your research and work, and I found that it's very.
You did very good investigation.
Yeah, so I saw during when you was 1 year old, that time you lost your father, and since that time you are struggling and getting into the zone to prove and stabilize your identity on an international platform, right? And you are continuously working with motivation, dedication, and continuous rapid the positive mindset, right? So tell us something about that, from where you got this inspiration, as you are coming from difficult time, difficult challenges, difficult situation. What have inspired you, and how you think this is more important for your part of journey?
Well, as you said, I lost my father while I was 1 year old, and I continue my living with my mom in a small Bosnian town named Bogoje. And during 1990s, we were refugees in the Republic of Serbia due to civil war in ex-Yugoslavia. And because of that, I still live, and I will probably continue my living in Republic of Serbia, capital of Belgrade. So at every very early stage of my living and of my life, I realized that I have all of us, we shall be a strength to us all, and to strength, more than ever, strength to us. Also, I realized that life is basically very connected with lifelong learning, because without where I found strength, I don't know, basically in Serbian language there is one word you can't translate on any language. It is pronunciation is inat. Like you're putting your biggest effort when everybody is saying it's simply impossible. Because in my way of thinking, there are no impossible things. There is no impossible way. There is only harder way. So it is up to you. Are you willing to take harder way, or you will stay in some kind of mud and continue struggling and waiting somebody or someone to help you? But it all depends how well. I'm not the one who will wait unknown rescuer to rescue me. I will give all my efforts and my strength to help myself, not just to be helpless person.
It's good to
Even
it's
I
good to
have
know.
really helpless times.
Yeah. It's good to know your struggle and your journey. But how it was difficult being a woman during that time when you started working. There are many people who start to criticize. They try to dominate you when you do something different. There are always people around you, around us. They try to pull you down, right? So how you deal with that situation? If you could give us some kind of
Well,
idea, it will be great.
Well, I was bullied at school because obviously I didn't have, we ran away from Bosnia only with one bag, so I didn't
Mhm,
have enough stuff to
mhm.
wear. I didn't have enough, I wasn't able to invite my friends to my home. My mom was struggling to find job, and watching all those things every day and surviving all those things, yes, every day is a struggle. Somebody who is telling you that there is overnight success, there is no overnight success. There is always, there is just overnight success. After a lot of nights you were struggling, a lot of nights you were learning, educating yourself, and helping others, because when you're helping others, you want for sure be able to show people something that it's done by you. So yes, I was struggling to find job. I was struggling to be recognized by, and that only gives me more strength to continue and to find new ways to educate myself, because very early I realized that, as I said in my previous interview given to magazine of Geographical Faculty, University of Belgrade, that for me lifelong learning is our personal sustainable development, and it is a big must in a world in which we are living. And for sure, without that, we won't stay. Uh, we won't stay for very long on any kind of market, because we, as a persons, as experts, I can be free to say that we are all at labor marketplace or experts or some kind of. Without continuous education, very easy, we will, as a person, if you're looking person as some magnet, it will just activate inflation spiral in our knowledge, and our value will decrease.
So you mean you try to mean that continuous learning is an important factor in everyone's life, and people has to start
It's
thinking in
not.
that way. Yeah.
Yes, it's not just important. It's nowadays it's a big must, because
Hmm.
very quickly all that we learned is already old news.
Hmm.
Development, not just from case of sustainable development, but development is going very fast forward. And if you're not in a mood to learn continuously and to update your knowledge, you will always be behind. And it is simply impossible to succeed if you are always behind. So
Absolutely.
that's the reason lifelong learning is not a possibility. It is always possibility, because you can't force someone who is
Mhm,
simply happy wherever that person is
mhm.
to devote itself or himself or herself to lifelong learning. But I'm saying that as a corporate advisor and as expert, that lifelong learning is a big must if you want to be competitive at marketplace.
That's good feedback, Bojana, and it's really indeed the value addition for our viewers to understand your suggestions on this topic. But tell us something about the corporate governance, and as you being a playing a role as a legal advisor for multiple industries in European Union. So what do you
Well,
see? What are the challenges you see when you advise company as per governance, as per the legal matters? How companies can protect themselves from the legal issues? Being a legal advisor, what was your topic? What was your findings?
corporate governance is a really big and important part of each company. Not, it doesn't matter of what kind of company you are. Is it joint stock company? Is it liability company? But now the biggest issue is because of gender equality. Sometimes people who are already having their companies, people are afraid of change. They are more keen to stay stick with all habits and all ways of doing work or day, everyday jobs, even through compliance and through governance. And as advisor of corporate governance, you can offer them a better way of doing things. So yes, the main issue is gender equality, because I think, I'm sure we have to see more women on a board, as a board members, as directors, and on leadership places, because and more women should help to another women. Also, we should enlight that, as I said, gender equality means that each gender has the same opportunity. It doesn't mean just
Mhm.
opportunities to women. It means to each gender. So each gender means gender, men and women, and people who are not related to be a man or woman. So gender equality. And yes, my post corporate governance is basically my post graduation degree. Not
Mhm.
basically, it is my second degree. I first finished law faculty in Belgrade and became a lawyer. After
Mhm.
that, I finished post-graduation studies, which are officially confirmed by World Bank, Washington, D.C. So, and after that, I passed the bar exam, and I also published a science paper published by Serbian Chamber of Law, devoted to gender equality in corporate governance.
That's great efforts and huge contribution from your side for the towards humanity. So just information for our viewers who are joining us from different countries around the world, right? So
Yeah,
Bojana
thank
is
you.
Bojana being a participated in a forming a draft for gender equality for Republic of Serbia, and also she was the part of team for for making the strategic national strategy for Republic of Serbia for gender equality. So that's what the Boyan
Yes,
expertise into that. Yeah.
and the last was drafting the law on cohesion policy of the Republic of Serbia.
That's good to know. So apart from that, Buena, we have recently joined. Even I'm a part of a team, right? Whereas Jasmina formed the team from Australia, the
Yes,
empowering your soul. Yeah,
EYS magazine.
what cause?
It's the most influential
Yeah,
humanitarian magazine in the world, based in Tower in Sydney. And
yeah,
also, couple months back, we are very proud that we established global EYS Global World Council, Global SDGs World Council. So we are
yeah.
devoted to SDGs, basically Agenda 2030. If for listeners who are not familiar, SDGs is a shortcut to Sustainable Development Goals, and we have 70 of them.
Yeah. So just to just to more brief, right? So what EYS World Council is doing, right? So EYS World Council formed by Jasmina, having the board directors including Buana, Daniela, and Jasmina is leading that from Australia, right? So
Yes,
World Council will
owner,
yeah,
because Yasmina is the owner of, basically, and founder of EYS magazine, and she's the founder of EYS SDGs World Council. Our chairman is Danela Arsovska. I'm board member, and I'm global board member, and I'm also member of a legal advisor board.
yeah.
And we
So
have Dr. John also in
yeah,
our
so
main
just
board.
yeah, so just to on the topic, right? So I see EYS World Council formed with a potential women across world, right? So whereas Jasmina, Buana, Danila, these three women are having a wider influence in Europe as well as other part of the country, right? So how you see
Yes.
this World Council will create more impact in upcoming years with a solid experience, people like Jasmina, Daniela, and yourself to make this dream of and make the sustainable development goals more powerful and more ethical in upcoming years. So what is your
Sustainable
vision?
development goals are also very powerful. It's not a
Hmm?
question of how SDGs are powerful. The question is how we are going to achieve SDGs, because agenda is set up until 2030. So we have at least 9 years at least for good. And having a team as I have in the board, um, it means we are all very well known in our countries and all around the world for our devotion, knowledge, expertise, and experience. So, being in that kind of group of people, I think we will achieve a lot because we are not short term. We are not driven by short term interest as many NGOs. We are already, each of us are already a brand as person. And
Absolutely.
EYS is a brand as a magazine. So we are not starting from the beginning. We have a very important and very well known background. For example, tomorrow I should uh, filmed and made 10 radio shows for devoted to law and corporate governance. And after that, I should hold a lecture in Belgrade devoted to climate change, circular economy, corporate governance, and sustainable development, obviously.
Glad to know, Bojana. So apart from that, let's talk about a generic situation across world, whereas many women are going through, right? In Asia, Africa, even in Europe, there are women who wanted to achieve something in their life, but due to some,
Because
due to due to some circle of influence, due to some situation, they cannot do that, right? So how you see those kind of challenge can be handled as a woman? What is your advice to such women if they wanted to pursue their dream and achieve something in different, how they can start with, and what is your start point and advice for such women to deal with situation?
well, as I already said that lifelong learning, they should find something that is unique to them and to fuel that passion, to follow their goal, to find something that is close to their knowledge, and simply to collect different sources of knowledge, to learn every day, not just to stay and stick. Never allow to yourself to be stuck somewhere, or to be uh, delusional, or to be stopped by some by opinions by other people, because every one of us are giving you advice for our position, for our current situation, and for our beliefs. My beliefs, for sure, they can't be correct for everyone, because I'm not sitting in your chair. I know what I'm doing. Every day I'm learning. Right now, I'm at United Nations Staff College, where I'm learning about Paris Agreement, and I'm finishing my third part of my Yale University specialization devoted to climate change and health. So yes, besides shows, radio shows for tomorrow, to prepare for tomorrow, because we will do it tomorrow, and to prepare lectures, I have my obligations now to United Nations Staff College and to Yale University.
Okay, so in short,
So
you're trying to
basically,
yeah, please go ahead.
no, ask a question, please.
Yeah. So in short, what you're trying to say, that for women who are looking for such kind of platform or such kind of dream to achieve in upcoming years, your advice is to make, they have to start something with, right? They should not stop.
Yes,
They should not yeah.
there is always a sentence, better be, try
Hmm.
to be original, don't copy others, because there is plenty innovations. We live in such kind of world that innovation, information, uh, everything can be found only if you want to invest your time. And when you invest your time, you can achieve a lot, but there is no such a thing as overnight success. It is simply impossible. It
Mhm.
is, if you believe in something, you're in something like that as overnight success, for sure, from my opinion, you're lying yourself. And you will
Absolutely.
probably, and yes, and there is no impossible things. Believe me, I was agoraphobic. I used to have panic attacks, and now I survived all that, and I was a refugee. So I
Mm.
know how I'm not dealing with all those things and giving you advices as someone who sent a specification to God, and simply God gives me all those people, all that knowledge. No, I struggled a lot. And from my opinion, I'm thank to God every day on that panic attacks, because due to that panic attacks, I'm co-author of two professional books and numerous international publishing articles and science paper. Because no matter how current situation is bad, from every situation, if you're willing to look more widely picture, you can find something good. Use that time, even if you are due to COVID now, if we are in lockdown, you can use that time smartly and on a very clever way, because you can sit, you can eat, you can watch Netflix for 24/7, or you can find something useful to read and educate yourself. The majority, let's say, there is no something as 100% in my way of thinking, but you can 70% your everyday time. It's up to you. It's up to your decision. What are you going to do? When I had panic attacks, I made my blog. I
Mhm.
wasn't able to go out and to be among the people and to be out in the world. So I decided that I would become somebody else's world. So I brought world to me, and I was world to some people, and I still am, because my blog is devoted to low corporate governance and sustainable development. Sorry, my earbuds.
Yeah, great to know that. Very inspiring thought you just shared, right? So utilization of time is more important in today's world, and if somebody wanted to grow or make the difference in a today's world, they have to keep learning. They have to utilize the time properly and invest important the valuable time to gain something and learn something out of it. That's what the purpose of this, right? So apart from that, Bojana, you have also co-authored multiple books for corporate governance, and being a lawyer also, you have shared and published some articles in a very reputed platform, as per the law, and as per the different the current situation and all, right, with respect to topic of corporate governance. So how you see this opportunity, if somebody wanted to to jump, and somebody wanted to collaborate and become an author, right? So becoming author is also is a different, it is a different platform, a different dream. Some many people are having, right, but the people are not trying to focus on what they have to achieve and where they have to go. So what is your advice to authors? I'm talking about authors especially who are into governance, who are a lawyer, who are typically into that genre.
Well,
So how you
you need to search a lot for, you need to find a topic that is familiar with your already existing knowledge, and topic that that will force you to learn and to educate yourself more. That's the way I'm picking topics. I'm not, yes, writing from the position that I already have some knowledge about that topic. But my topics, I'm choosing always topics that are moving me forward, that I need to learn more, I need to do more investigation. I'm not the worst thing in journalism, or if you're author of some topics, is to take some already existing topics and articles and simply change the couple of sentences, because it is the position that people in Western Balkans and abroad are very oftenly are using my authorizations and using my authorized articles, and they are simply switched couple of words, and they made my articles that suddenly I appear in a newspaper or on some web portal. It's my article, and it is represented me giving interview to them. So basically you simply don't use that. If you want to build yourself, create yourself as a brand, and yourself as a representative, and be expert, and to be recognizable in a world of business, and in a world, and have people trust. When I say people, I think common people, basic people, everyday people, people from business world. You need to establish trust. People need to trust you, to trust your knowledge, to trust your opinion. And believe me, if we are not visible with a good way of knowledge and good way of governing things, knowledge, and behavior, nobody will follow you and nobody will choose you. And be sure
Absolutely.
you can fool somebody for maybe a month or less,
Absolutely.
but at the end, that person isn't blind.
Absolutely. So you mean be unique, be something different from the people what they are doing it, and be creative and be innovative to become a something substantial, powerful in a life. That's a one-liner message you are trying to
Well, we are
give.
living in a time of networks, all sorts
Absolutely.
of networks,
Mhm.
uh, all sorts of networks, and you can easily create a false image, but creating a false image won't lead you anywhere. That is the reason you need to watch yourself as a personal sustainable brand. You're developing yourself. I'm telling that from the position. If you want to last, if you want to shine only one summer, well, you just need to sing one song and give yourself a shot that it would be on all radio stations. But I'm not a woman for, for just one star. Well, I am for kingdom, not just for one chair around in a round table.
Yeah, good to know that. And knowledge is always, knowledge is power, right? That's what you mean to say. And we have to, everybody
Well,
has
when you
to.
when you lose everything, you need
Mhm,
one earthquake, and everything you have is
mhm,
down.
mhm,
Only thing that you have is think in your heart and think in your brain. In your
mhm,
heart
mhm.
and is what your family teach you, and in your brain is your knowledge. And knowledge can't be taken away from you.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's very important message you just shared, right? So people has to invest to know something which they wanted to, they want to achieve and they
Yes,
wanted to dream for, and that's what the knowledge is like ocean, right? So apart from that, Buena, let's imagine after 10 years, if you get an opportunity to serve United Nations as a deputy secretary general, and let's say Buena is going to lead that position in upcoming 10 years. That's what we believe in, because I strongly believe in, because of your work being a climate change a teacher, and you are involved in so many United Nations activities, actively representing people, representing societies, associations, and many different association. So what will be your target area if you get that opportunity and you wanted to do something different? What is your main target area? If you could give us one liner message on this platform, it will be great.
if I am in 10 years the Secretary General of United States, I for sure give free education for every kid and every person in the world, and no poverty. Despite climate change, yes, I will stop climate change because without healthy climate and healthy environment, everything else is impossible. So it is my number one. My number two is free education for every person on the world, and my number three is Third is zero hunger.
Zero
And
poverty.
number 4 is because we created every day, we are created so much food waste that we can feed every mouth on the world, and we just have enough their stuff, and for it is impossible.
Great. Great to know, Bojana. It's really indeed, valuable thoughts you have shared, and is I think the people who are working for humanity, they should think in that way. Whereas we can, have that clear vision for no poverty, free education, and the climate change. And there are so many different themes, but you shared the right theme. Whereas every leader should focus on this kind of thing, so possibly we can eliminate and we can sustain our humanity and support everyone across the world. So it was indeed pleasure to have you on Transcontinental Times, Bojana. We wish you all the best
Thank
for
you
your
very
upcoming
much.
projects, and you're doing great work. Keep doing it, and we'll invite you again in upcoming years for on Transcontinental Times. Thank you very much for your
Thank you
time.
very much, and stay safe and healthy.
Thank you, Bojana.